Super scat. Poo poo power. Dynamic, dynamite, doo-doo.
That's right, guys. We ask the question, is feces, fecal matter, human excrement, a potential 21st century wonder drug?
Lord, what have we come to?
Oh, that's right, Poop. Yeah, get down. So excited. This is your coming out party. No longer will you be flushed away,
Wiped away.
discarded with no regard.
21st century is all about poops.
That's right. Fantastic feces. Well, consider this, guys. As odd as that question may sound, transplantation of feces has been shown to successfully treat the symptoms of a large number of diseases, including diabetes, colon cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and inflammatory bowel diseases like ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease.
So, what is fecal transplantation and what is it all about?
We get down and we get dirty on today's medical moment.
I'm Dr. Idris.
I'm Dr. Jamel.
And this is today's down, dirty, disgusting
Dirty.
medical moment.
And on today's disgusting, dirty medical moment, we ask the question, is transplantation with fecal material a potential 21st century wonder treatment? To answer that question, though, we first need to understand how the human gut works. And key to an understanding of how the human gut works is understanding the fact that the average human gut has anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 different bacterial species residing within. And those bacterial species are really important to everyday health and living. They carry out a large number of very important functions. They help us to ferment carbohydrates. They help our bodies to break down fatty acids, and it's breakdown of these fatty acids that then produces energy for cells of our immune system and helps those cells to fight infections, cancer, things like that. These bacteria help us to produce vitamins K and B, which are vitamins that we cannot produce on our own, and which are vitamins that play a very important role in maintaining health. And these bacteria play a role in what we call competitive exclusion, which basically means that by being there, they prevent other bacteria that we don't want in our bodies, that don't make us healthy, and in fact that make us sick, from growing in the body.
Okay. So what is fecal transplantation all about? Well, basically, in a nutshell, you are taking these feces and you're replacing the imbalanced bacteria in your gut with the bacteria in donated feces.
Exactly. So the thought is people who have diseases like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, colon cancer, diabetes, things like that, may have these diseases because of alterations in their gut bacteria. Basically, they don't have the right number or the right composition of bacteria in the gut, and that's making them prone to these diseases. And so the thought is if you take feces from a healthy person who's got a healthy bacterial composition and put it in the gut of someone who doesn't have that healthy bacterial composition, you can successfully treat these diseases. So how do they get that feces in someone's gut?
That was my question, because I know people are thinking, okay, well, how am I going to get these feces?
Do I have to eat it?
Well, it's probably not as bad as what you're thinking, but maybe not too far off.
Yeah.
Basically, you have somebody that donates the feces.
It's got to be a healthy
A
donor.
healthy donor. You don't want the donation to be more than 8 hours old.
So it's got to be a fresh
It's got to be a
fresh sample. Fresh sample.
specimen.
Yeah.
You suspend the sample in something liquid. So it can be milk, it can be yogurt, it can be saline.
They
then
didn't
you filter out
Well, they didn't mix it. They kind of liquefy it.
and then you filter out the chunks. So,
So
we're
you
talking
basically
about
just
corn.
So
and,
yeah, you basically pour it through a sieve so that you don't have particles in the donation.
and then you have to place it into your body. And how
And
does
so
that happen?
so you have to place it into your GI tract. And so they typically will get the donated feces in the GI tract one of two ways. They'll either use what's called an NG tube or a nasogastric tube, and basically this is a tube that goes through the nose into the stomach, and so the end of the tube is sitting in the stomach. They'll pour this liquefied donated feces into this tube, and then the feces is in your stomach, and then it works its way through your
Can
GI
you just say
tract.
the medication?
From
They put the
there,
medication
they put the
into
medication, they put the treatment through the
treatment into your NG.
through the NG tube, and then once it gets into the stomach, it works its way through the GI tract. Or they'll use a rectal tube, which is what it sounds like, a tube that they place in your rectum, and then they put the treatment through that rectal tube, and then once it gets into your GI tract, either through the stomach or through the rectum, ideally these bacteria that have been introduced will colonize your gut, and then they will help to rectify that balance so that you have the appropriate number and the appropriate composition of these healthy bacteria.
So either they're coming from the north or the south.
Yep.
And normally
North
I
or
think I
south.
wouldn't want them to come from the south. The idea of a rectal tube doesn't sound too appealing. But in this case, the idea of it going into my stomach
I'll
sounds
take
even
the
less
rectal
appealing.
tube.
So you can come from the south.
Exactly. Now, who can be a donor? Well, like we said, the donor has to be healthy.
Can I be a donor?
You can be a donor, absolutely. The donor has to be healthy. That means that the donor has to be free from communicable diseases like hepatitis B, C, HIV, syphilis, things that can be transmitted in body fluids. You're okay. The donor could not have been on antibiotics for the 90 days prior to the donation, just because antibiotics kill bad bacteria, which is what they're meant to do, but they also can kill the good bacteria in the gut. And so if this person is donating feces that also has an imbalance in the bacterial composition, they're not really going to help the person. And the donor has to be free of cancer and autoimmune diseases. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. No. That dog cannot donate. I know everybody's going to be running out into their backyard now looking for old dried up dog poop or something like that. Stay out of the sandboxes, stay out of the parks. Dog feces will not work. It has to be human feces, and it has to be from a healthy human who has produced the sample within the last 8 hours.
So I guess the point is that yes, feces can be healthy, and look forward to the 21st century. This may be the wonder drug of the 21st century.
Oh, there it goes again. Yeah, feces, do your thing. It's all about you in the 21st century. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, please follow us on Facebook
At Idris and Jamel, Twin Doctors TV.
Follow us on Twitter at Twin Doctors TV, and log on to our fantastic, wonderful website at www.twindoctorstv.com.
Please leave us questions, suggestions, comments, and we may include you on a future video or show.
Stay healthy.